The one story I like the most is yung magkaaway na pinsan dahil nag-away sa isang babae. Nag-away sila sa isang babae, nagkakita sila sa isang lugar ng puno, wala silang choice kundi mag-usap, naglabas ng sama ng loob, tapos naging magkaibigan na. Nakakita sila ngayon ng isang ref. Pagkapa nila sa paa, yehe, red horse. Sa kaba nila, sabi nila, ito na siguro ang pagkakataon. Sa kalagitnaan ng Yolanda, uminom. Nawala ang takot, nagtawanan. Sa langit, wala ng beer. I don't see any people who can actually find humor in a situation like that. What stopped that merrymaking was when one child dumaan sa lugar nila, nadala ng agos. They tried everything to hold to that kid, nawala. They don't know if he survived or not. Tumigil ang inuman, pero magkabati pa na naman yung magpinsan na nagkabati. So these stories of resilience, here's just one of those that we've heard. I've heard about guys seen in pictures playing basketball. Why am I saying this? I am from Surigao del Norte, when in 1984, I experienced firsthand Typhoon Nitang, or which was internationally known as Ike. We lost, and I lost a lot of neighbors, a lot of friends, about 1,492, and a lot of missing. That's still a lot of numbers, considering that in 1984, hindi naman ganun kadaming tao. Ngayon, natuto kami, pero hanggang ngayon patuloy naming sinasabi at pinapaalam kahit sa mga elementary what Nitang did to our town. Nung pumasok ang Yolanda, signal number 3, no one died. Same amount of rainfall in Sindong that bumagsak sa Cagayan de Oro, no one died. Hindi naman sa praning kami. Pero pag sinabi sa amin may bagyo at parang nitang, alam na namin in our experience what it is. So for us who've been there, please listen. So if you look at this at the Eastern Seaboard, and look at the resiliency, this is another finding of another study, that the Philippines is 6th based on the 2011 Maple Crop. Maple crop is insurance. No? Ang perspective ng maple crop is insurance. Ang Pilipinas kasi ay hindi pa masyado insured. What does that mean? Japan was able to recover in Fukushima because they are 90 or 95% insured. Kung anong sira nila ngayon, babayaran ng insurance. Wala po tayong ganyan pa sa Pilipinas. Kaya nung nangyari ang Ondoy, nasira ng almost 2.7% ng GDP, which is about $4 billion, and we needed another amount, almost the same, to pay for the reconstruction, when this cost could have been paid for by the private sector. What they say we lack, we tried to talk to these insurers, what do you think we need for you to accept and make our insurance cheaper? They said, you still lack the data. We need more data for us to be confident that you're doing something to reduce your vulnerability. And we have to have more data to be more confident somehow that that will be their baseline. But anyway, from there, gumawa naman tayo ng paraan. Dito na natin malalaman yung mga programa ng gobyerno tulad ng Early Warning System at Project NOAA, kung saan ay ang ating isang expert ay magpe-present mamaya. Isa pang rason kung bakit daw tayo mahina. Ang Manila, ang City of Manila is the second most vulnerable on storm surge based on a 2009 study. Ang sinasabi kasi nila, number of risk, there's annual average of 19 to 20 typhoons a year. By the way, pangilan na ang Yolanda? 24. Tama ba? 25, 24? Oh. Ilan ang alphabet? 26, sure? Filipino, English. English ba ang ginagamit natin, Mantani? Oh, yan. English pala. Kaya lang wala daw Filipino name na X nag-uumpisa. Meron ba? Meron? Okay. So let's move on. Are you still awake? Woo! Papatugtugin ko si Kokoy. Okay. Oh, may panibago na naman tayong top 10 list. Hindi po ito Miss Universe. Ito po ang yung top 10 list na nagsasabi, ang Pilipinas nga naman daw ang vulnerable at isang sinasite nila dito ay ang weak infrastructure. Pumapangalawa ay sa dami ng risk. Dahil sa dami ng risk, nandun din yung karamihan ng tao. Kung titingnan mo yung tatlo, ibig sabihin, most of the urban areas are at risk. Kasi nandito, example ito, dumating may earthquake, wag naman po sana, ano? Example lang. Kung bumagsak, chances are may magsasaktan. Pero kung wala ka dito, walang masasaktan. Sa atin, ang importante pa rin ay ang buhay ng tao. So, how do we address this? What you see outside is our attempt on the Climate Change Commission together with other agencies like DNR, DAR, DPWH, DOST, DOH, sorry po yung hindi ko na-mention. Lahat po yan, nag-consolidate kami para tugunan itong mga changes na ito. Marami pa rin nagsasabi maaring walang climate change. Pero para sa perspective natin, yung mga bagyong tulad ng Yolanda ay hindi nakakayanin sa kasalukuyang infrastruktura. Ito po ay sinasabi, ito ay hurricane. Di natin ginagamit ang hurricane, pero ginagamit natin siya sa slide. Hanapin niyo po ang Pilipinas. Kahit po nasa computer niyo, hindi niyo na rin makita. In short, the best way to address a problem is to accept that it can happen. Hindi na ho pwede tayong mag-deny-deny. Science is there to provide certainty of this phenomenon. But in a perspective of a layman person like us, na kasing lakas ng hagupit ng Yolanda, we have to be able to prepare ourselves with that. Before, during, and after. So what do? Let's look at the opportunity knowing that this is our vulnerability. These are the greenhouse gases sources in the Philippines. Energy, 50%. Waste, the green one, agriculture, and then the last one is the industry. Sorry, it was fast. What we're saying here, we are now giving out inventory because of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Pero kung ikukumpara mo po ang emisyon ng Pilipinas sa ibang bansa, ay hindi po kasing laki tulad ng China at India. Ang China and India, and even the US. China, because their economy is growing, has faster emission even than the United States. But the Philippines is nowhere there. But nonetheless, kasi nga tumataas ang ekonomiya natin, we wanna be proactive in knowing what are the alternatives on the current fossil fuel that we have. We need to be able to know kailan ba pwedeng palitan. Kaya po nandyan yung solar, nandyan yung wind, nandyan yung ocean energy. Those are opportunities of climate. Alam natin na hindi pa tayo pwedeng mag-change nang ganun-ganun na lang. Kasi, sabi nila, cost. Pangalawa, yung infrastructure na meron tayo ngayon ay nandun pa sa dati o nakaraang teknolohiya. So what are we looking at? Who is this guy? Pine trees, buildings, windmill, solar. Oh, that should be a mini dam. We have so much potential in renewable energy na sayang kung hindi gamitin.